Last time, we saw what happened in the story after Gohan discovered Super Saiyan Blue. Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku are all doing their different paths of training, and it seems they all might be led to different places in this part. But what's going to happen as a result of all that training? We'll be seeing all that and more in this part 9 of What If Gohan Trained Like Goku. Vegeta is on Beerus' planet more often now. Since he's learned Super Saiyan Blue, he doesn't train on Earth as much as he did before, and he's actually working under Beerus directly right now, trying to see if he could learn anything from the God of Destruction himself. And as for Goku, he's learning a lot from Whis like normal, but he's also traveling between there and Otherworld. As much as he would love to go to Earth, Beerus is still pretty strict about that, but he can move freely between Otherworld and here, which is great. So there's not as much monotony. Plus, this lets him learn techniques from a bunch of other dead warriors in Otherworld, and meet a lot of new people too. But as I kinda mentioned last time, at some point Zeno would get kinda bored, deciding he wants to do another tournament. Even if Goku himself doesn't intervene, Zeno would definitely want to do it eventually, especially without another Zeno to keep him company. He definitely is going to want something to occupy him in the meantime. So, he announces the Tournament of Power. There's no exhibition tournament because there's no need. There's not a second Zeno that needs to see another tournament. Which means all the universes are going in pretty much blind. Universe 7 now needs to get 10 fighters. Universe 7 probably has a great team here though. Considering the different people in this scenario, it's definitely going to be pretty stacked. Goku's an obvious pick, and Vegeta's a pretty clear one too. But at some point Bra is born and that has to be dealt with like normally. Vegeta still will join though. He and Goku are excited to test out their new abilities in this tournament. Gohan's another very obvious pick. They just need to go to Earth and tell him, and he's in. And since he's been continuously training, he's grown extremely powerful. Even Goku and Vegeta are surprised at how much he's grown. They know he has some insane potential, but this is amazing. Even Goku thinks that Gohan's above him, and Goku trains 24/7 with the best people in the universe, not just alive, but dead. He's feeling pretty confident about the tournament. Vegeta decides they should recruit Trunks, and Gohan gets Videl on the team again. She's grown a lot more powerful now. We're still sticking with the idea that she actually has a lot of potential for a human. And after all these years of training, especially with Gohan of all people, she'd love to be a part of the tournament. Piccolo, Krillin, Roshi, and Ten are also in the tournament too, with the humans being surprised at how strong Videl is. It makes Krillin think that maybe he should start keeping up with his training more, since he's become a lot more complacent, even without settling down with someone, although he probably would find a girlfriend eventually. Point being, they're surprised that Videl grew so quickly as a fighter. Piccolo's been working a lot with her, Gohan, and Trunks too, and the four of them are excited to show off their new strength. Although they're surprised that Goku's allowed on the team. They can bring dead people here? Well, Whis has no qualms about it. And Beerus says it's their best shot at victory. Even with powerful people like Gohan and Vegeta, they're not going to exclude Goku. Alright, well, looks like they need one more member. They could just ask Yamcha. But Gohan brings up an important question. Well, if they could bring dead people to the tournament too, does Goku know anyone that could help them fight? Because Goku did mention before that he was going between Otherworld and Beerus' planet. Vegeta seconds this as well. He's been more focused on training himself recently, especially under Beerus' guidance. He hasn't been training with Goku much, but he knows that Goku has some rivals in Otherworld. There has to be someone that's on their level, right? Goku thinks for a second. Oh yeah, he knows someone who's dead but still very powerful. He asks Whis and Beerus says it's okay. This is for their survival after all, so it's better to get another strong person like this. Goku leaves for a bit and eventually comes back with someone else. He introduces everyone to his newest rival, Pikkon. He's actually known Pikkon for a while. Goku's been dead for a long time now. But they've trained a lot more recently, and Pikkon's even discovered new powers that he didn't even realize he had. Plus, with how much Goku trains with him, Goku wonders if he's picked up trace amounts of godly ki, or if he could even handle that. Pikkon is an amazing warrior and martial artist after all, and he wouldn't put it past him. Pikkon thinks this tournament will be a great way to test his skills, and since it is for the fate of the universe after all, he definitely wants to help out. Obviously no one knows about what this guy fights like, but still, if Goku's saying that he's a good fighter, that's a pretty huge compliment. They trust Goku's judgment, and now it seems like they have the full team that they need. So with everyone all set, they now head off to the Tournament of Power. Gohan still is the leader of the team here, and a good chunk of the team follows his strategy at this point. Vegeta and Goku probably go off on their own, with Pikkon also going with Goku because honestly, he doesn't know how to fight with everyone else, so he won't have much synergy with them. So they understand why he goes off on his own at least. But as for everyone else on the team, they all kind of stick together. For now, they'll fight as a large group like this, to prevent anyone from getting eliminated. And once they need, they'll be able to split up. Ten, Roshi, and Krillin will go together, Piccolo and Trunks will go together, and Gohan and Videl will go together. One of Goku's first fights is with Pikkon against Universe 9, and they definitely feel like they're more than able to handle this. Pikkon asks if Goku's going to show off that one power he has, but he says he's going to save it for a bit. They need to conserve energy after all. So, Pikkon decides to take this. A fiery aura swirls around him, and his clothes even morph too, as he turns into Super Pikkon. Vegeta's fighting nearby and senses this power. Kakarot really wasn't kidding. That guy is powerful. No wonder he's been sparring with him so much in Otherworld. This is a great way for Pikkon to test his power, and he's glad to use it here. Although this puts a target on their back for Universe 9, with him and Goku easily wiping out the rest of them. Elsewhere in the ring, Universe 7 eventually does have to split up, with a few of the Pride Troopers going up against Gohan and Videl. The Pride Troopers give their own speech and then pull off a pose, and Gohan thinks it's awesome. He turns to Videl and tells her this is a perfect opportunity. and Videl is just as hyped up as him, but she's a little bit bummed out because they don't have their outfits. The Pride Troopers are a bit confused, but Gohan and Videl do their own speech and then pull off a great Saiyaman pose. It's going to be a battle between superheroes, the Saiyaman versus the Pride Troopers. It's a very respectable fight. Each faction acknowledges each other's style and heroism. However, these Pride Troopers can't match the power of Gohan and Videl, being eliminated by a couple Kamehameha. With the two of them pulling off a lot of combo moves along the way, there still are a couple other Pride Troopers left though, with one of them of course being Jiren. Goku approaches him, with Pikkon close behind. From Whis they learn that there's a mortal that's apparently above his god of destruction, and judging by how Goku surveyed everyone at the beginning of the tournament, he feels like Jiren might be that guy. He could tell by his power too. But Pikkon urges Goku to be careful, and Goku says he's not too concerned. Besides, if this guy really is that strong, he'll be the perfect opponent for Goku. And Pikkon asked, why is he gonna fight now? Well, honestly, Goku doesn't think he'll have another opportunity to do this, and Pikkon can't believe Goku's so casual about it. But Goku lets Pikkon know, if he falls here against Jiren, he knows that Gohan's got this. Obviously he doesn't know the extent of Jiren's power, but still. He knows that even at his maximum, Gohan might still be above him, which is why he thinks he won't have an opportunity to fight Jiren unless he gets it before Gohan. He approaches the Pride Trooper, with a battle then ensuing as he cycles through all of his transformations. With Blue, he's able to do a bit better than normal because, again, he's trained so much by now. This Goku's far beyond the Goku in the main story because of that. And by now, with all the times he's gone to Otherworld and trained with King Kai, he started to use Kaioken and even learned to combine it with Super Saiyan Blue, which he didn't use last time. And Blue Kaioken is able to push Jiren back a bit, but he's still not taking it seriously. Just as Goku expected, this is perfect. A mysterious aura then surrounds him. He tells Pikkon he can go with the others. Goku wants to do this alone. And Jiren actually looks intrigued, wondering what this Goku guy is up to. The aura completely flares up, and then Goku goes through a subtle change. His eyes close, and then they open, and his eyes look completely different. This is the power of Ultra Instinct. With how much time he's had on Beerus's planet, he's tapped into it. He never actually completed it though, and he doesn't know what the complete version looks or feels like. As of now, he only has Omen. It's pretty draining, but he's able to use it whenever he needs, being able to tap into it at will, and being able to attack effectively in it, not just defend. A battle between Goku and Jiren begins. Elsewhere in the ring, Vegeta has his own battles going on. He's surprised Goku's already using that power, but Vegeta's able to hold his own even with just Blue. Vegeta did try to get that form for himself at some point, but ever since he went with Beerus, that's why he doesn't even go for it anymore. He has his own abilities that he's working towards, and he's not sure if he's going to pull this out during the tournament, because it might be a little bit too much here. Toppo would be the perfect opponent to pull out against, but Toppo doesn't use his own God of Destruction powers, so Vegeta decides not to use his own too, since Toppo sticks with his idea of fighting for justice. But Vegeta is still waiting patiently to use the new powers that he's unlocked, even if he doesn't have an amazing grasp on it. Gohan is confident that they have this in the bag. Krillin, Ten, and Roshi eventually do get eliminated, with Trunks almost getting eliminated, but Piccolo's able to stretch his arm out just in time and grab him off the ring. The two are fighting pretty well on their own too, but the opponents are getting a bit tough, so they regroup with Gohan and Videl, leading them to fighting against some people in Universe 6. Kale and Caulifla aren't too hard to fight because they don't have Super Saiyan here, and Trunks fights Kaba again. He's been trying to get that Super Saiyan form that Trunks was using, but never got it because he never knew how to get it. Trunks takes him on, while Piccolo takes on Kale and Caulifla, as Gohan and Videl face the Universe 6 Namekians, who are definitely powerful, but they're quickly defeated once Gohan shows off part of his power, going into Super Saiyan God, but that eventually leads them to Hit. The Universe 6 Saiyans are then eliminated too, and Gohan decides he'll face Hit alone. He wants to see how much both of them have grown since their last battle. There's a short fight between the two of them, and Hit's impressed. Gohan's definitely grown, but he's not going to use that blue hair form that he had before. Gohan says there's no need. He's only using Super Saiyan God right now, and he's keeping up with Hit, even with Hit's time skip having grown a lot. He even is able to freeze Gohan in place, slowing time for him, just like he did against Jiren, and he's about to knock Gohan out, but then feels a huge burst of power from him. Gohan completely overpowers Hit, powering into Super Saiyan Blue, freeing himself. He tells Hit that he admits that's a good strategy. It's a very powerful tactic, but like Gohan said, he's grown a lot stronger now. And with one shot, he's able to knock Hit out of the ring. Goku's fight with Jiren actually goes pretty long, but he's getting kind of worn out, dropping out of Ultra Instinct eventually. He needs some time to recover before he could use it again, and this nearly leaves him open for Jiren to eliminate him, but Gohan steps in the nick of time, catching him as he's flung off the ring. Goku thanks Gohan. He wishes that he could have taken on Jiren alone, but it looks like he needs a little bit more practice with Ultra Instinct. He has forced Jiren into using his full power by now though, and he apologized to Gohan because now he's going to have to fight Jiren at his full strength, but Gohan doesn't mind. He'll be able to handle this, just like Goku thought. He's glad he at least got to fight Jiren though, and now he'll watch Gohan do the same. Gohan fully charges up all his power, still in Super Saiyan Blue. With the excellent control he has on Blue, he's able to hold back some strength, but here, there's no need. The sheer pressure from him powering up. Everyone in the ring is frozen by it. The remaining gods all look on in awe too. They thought Ultra Instinct was impressive, but this power is actually exceeding that. How did a mere mortal reach that level, especially without anything like Destroyer Energy or Ultra Instinct? Jiren responds by powering up as well. His fiery red aura clashes with the flames of Super Saiyan Blue. The entire world of void is shaking, and the two vanish from sight. They fight so quickly that most people can't even see it. Their clashes generate huge explosions and shockwaves. Streaks of red light and blue light are all that people see. Pikkon goes over to Goku and picks him up, since he could barely stand now. And Pikkon can't believe his eyes. That's Goku's son? Goku's told Pikkon about him, but he didn't think he'd be that powerful. That Ultra Instinct thing was amazing. Pikkon thought his super form was impressive, but he knows Goku has a bunch of his own forms too. He just never got to see that one in action. But not just that, he's seeing it being surpassed already. And Goku says while he'd love to watch this fight, they still have a couple other people to eliminate. Thankfully he has just enough power to use some lower forms like Super Saiyan Blue. And he can just take it easy for now. So he and Pikkon get back into the battle. Gohan's clash with Jiren continues, and Jiren can't believe this power. And they do stop at one point during the battle to discuss. Gohan tries to relate with Jiren, respecting that he's also a superhero. But Jiren tells Gohan to not compare the two of them. He can tell Gohan's strong, and while they both might be heroes, they don't have the same motives. You can see that Gohan's clearly not fully dedicated to his strength, and that answers it for Gohan, how Jiren got so strong. He casted everything aside. Strength was the only thing that mattered in his mind. But Gohan looks over at the stands and sees the rest of the Pride Troopers there. He remembers the other ones he fought too. They were so different from Jiren. They're all part of the same crew. They're all superheroes upholding justice. But until just now, it didn't even occur to him that Jiren was just so far removed from them. Not just in terms of strength, but the way they all act. That explains it all to him. And while he hasn't fully dedicated himself to strength, he prefers it to not be that way. He's found that nice balance in his life. He has strength. He's grown so powerful. But his life is more fulfilling because he's not just focused on getting stronger. His friends, his family, everyone else around him is what got him to this point. And as a hero too, he doesn't work alone. That's what got him to where he is, and he'll continue to live his life that way. And he thinks out loud, wondering where Jiren would have been if he followed that same mindset. He could tell the two aren't completely dissimilar. Even though Jiren is a completely different person from him, Gohan hopes he could at least appeal to one side of him. The hero side of Jiren. The fact that he wants to uphold justice. Maybe Jiren could be a better hero, and that might make him a stronger warrior than he already is. The tournament ends with Gohan defeating Jiren, with Gohan being the MVP, deciding to wish for all the other universes to come back. He hopes to see some of them one day. And not just that, but it's the right thing to do. As a superhero, he has to protect everyone he can after all. That's not just the people on Earth, but the people in all these universes around him. When everyone returns home, they say their goodbyes to Goku and Pikkon too. Oh yeah, Whis almost forgot. Whis lowers his staff above Goku, and his halo disappears. And Goku can't believe it. He's actually alive? After all this time? He's actually been resurrected. He can't believe it. Beerus considers this as a gift to him, for fighting in the tournament, and because it makes it easier for Beerus since he doesn't have to keep making exceptions for Goku to go to Earth, which kind of makes him look bad as a god. Whis actually offers the same for Pikkon, but Pikkon politely declines. He's found his place in Otherworld and has been there for so long that it would be weird to come back to the living world. But he does humbly thank Beerus. It's only fair that they offer it to Pikkon too. And as for Goku, it's much better because he has all his family on Earth still, so him being alive actually does help out. And while we're at a good spot now, the series isn't over yet. There's a major threat looming out in space. One who's been dormant for a while, but has finally gained some of his power back. It's the most fearsome Galactic Patrol prisoner, Moro, and he's setting a course for Namek. He heard that there's some Dragon Balls there, and apparently they can grant any wish he wants. Naturally, he's going to aim to get them, but he's also hoping to have a pretty great meal while he's at it. Maybe consuming some planets along the way, but more importantly, seeing if there's any strong powers for him to consume. It's been a long time since he explored this universe, and he really wants to see how much changed. There has to be some strong warriors somewhere that he can steal energy from. And little does he know, he's about to encounter his most fierce opponent. And this is where we'll leave off for now. What do you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next time? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It shows me you want to see more like this, and it does really help out the channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.